Hello there. You must be the new tenants at Thrushcross Grange. Thank you for joining us for supper. It will be ready shortly. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Catherine Earnshaw. I was born Catherine Linton, and I was named for my mother. She was quite a character, but that's another story. I grew up sheltered because my father was overprotective of me, and I was not allowed to leave the grounds. I actually lived at Thrushcross Grange as a child, and you know how it is. It's lovely that I would spend my days outdoors playing in the gardens or reading the books in the library or poetry. It was quite nice, and I learned to read and write young, but soon it became not enough for me, and I really wanted to explore the area past where we lived, and so one day I got on my pony and we just went past the property, and that's where I fell upon Wuthering Heights, and I first met my cousin Hareton. When I found out he was my cousin, I was disgusted. I could not believe it. I was horrified that I could be related to such a person. He was uneducated and he was rude. He cursed like a sailor. Oh, it was horrible, and I vowed never to return, but I later broke that vow as my other cousin Linton came to live with us for a little while, but his father, Mr. Heathcliff, who lived at Wuthering Heights, he took him away, and I did not know that he was living so close, but when I found out, I visited him quite often, in secret, of course. My father did not approve of me visiting Wuthering Heights, and so we fell in love, and he was sick, and he could not move too much. He couldn't walk around with me or play in the yard as I like to do, so I would just sing to him, or I would tell him stories. And once my father found out about this, he was none too happy, and we were forced to separate and not to see each other again or converse, but we wrote letters to each other, love letters, if you will, and oh, how I loved him. It was, yes, his father arranged meetings, and he was quite adamant of us getting together. He desperately wanted us to get married, and I did not know why, of course, at the time, but I later found out. Once we were wed, I was kept in a room like a common prisoner. It was not a good time. I was miserable. I could not believe it. I tried to convince Linton to let me out, but he would not listen. He was afraid of his father, you see, and his father just wanted to get revenge on my father for whoever, God knows what. But I was told that Heathcliff loved my mother, some sort of triangle. Anyway, not important. Linton died soon after. After Linton died, I was let out of the room, but I was not happy. I was miserable. I could not stand the people there, and I was rude, and it was not very nice of me, I know, but, well, you can't change the past now, can you? But after an allotted period of time, I decided to make amends with Hareton, as I had mocked him for his uneducated speech, and he taught himself how to read, or he tried, and I mocked him for it, and so to make amends with him for all of that, I taught him how to read myself, and we did fall in love. And when Mr. Heathcliff found out about our friendship and how we were hanging out together, he was not happy, not at all, but he died shortly after, and, well, it sounds horrible, but if you knew the man, you would have been happy too, let me assure you. So, that was a year ago now, and we were wed almost immediately after, and this is our daughter, Sarah. She's only a couple of months old. And so, when I think back upon it, I realize that my sheltered upbringing when I was growing up, it made me a naive young girl, and I just wanted more than what was there, and when I fell in love with Linton, it was the love of a little girl. It it's not the same way I love Herriton now. And now that I do love Herriton, it's because I've grown, because of when I was miserable at Wuthering Heights, I had experienced that different aspect of humanity, and it made me change and grow up into the woman I am today. And now that I love Herriton, it is the love of a woman and not of a little girl. And I don't like to compare them, but I do love Herriton more, and we are very happy now. Supper's ready. Do come.